Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM22 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. We're back for a new week with episode 5, and did some of you start writing me off? I saw some comments down in the last couple of episodes saying we should have gone elsewhere and that I sense a sacking on the cards. Well, don't write me off because we are back in 9th place, we are back in form, and today, if we win our first winnable game at home, we could be back chasing the top half of the table. So if you're looking forward to finding out how we get on, whether we can start the Christmas festive period in style, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM22 content from 2 long-term stories. Throughout the next couple of weeks for the beta, we've got Hemel Hempstead episodes from our One Club story every day at 11:30, and this one continues every day at 3:30. You can catch up with anything you've missed up in the eye above, full playlists up there, and a link to the Twitch channel where we're live every weekday this week at 6 PM with Derby County. It's been one hell of a fascinating start, and I'd love you to join me over there. But a massive thank you for your support so far this season. It has been absolutely incredible. I'm having a laugh with you, but I know we're under pressure. 2 defeats today, we could be back in the relegation zone, and we could be sacked before the new year. And what's quite funny about this is we actually had that message 4 or 5 games ago that we could be sacked after a game if we lost it. We didn't get sacked, and we haven't lost since, so incredible turnaround signs on the cards. If we start by having a look at the schedule, we were here and we were in crisis at the start of October. We haven't lost since the start of November. It's now officially nearly 2 months unbeaten. You were with me for the Connors Key and TNS games going into the start of the October month. We then followed up with a 1-1 draw away at Barla. Dave Edwards getting the goal for Barla, brilliant former Luton player and Welsh international. Cody Roberto though, 95th minute equaliser to give us a little bit of hope. Could we build on it? Well, we snuck a victory in a morale boosting friendly. Turned out to be a difficult game, 2-1 after a late consolation. But we got the same score at home to Carnarvon, which was crucial. A 2-goal lead early doors with Roberto and with Bickerstaff. But late on, honestly, Carnarvon had enough chances to win it second half. We followed up with a narrow defeat at TNS in the Cup. Bickerstaff equalised on the 88th minute. I kid you not, for the first time in about a month, I bought on Phil Mooney because we had some crisis problems with fatigue. After a minute, he failed to close down a cross. It came into the box, Dean headed in. We lost 2-1. Fantastic. We followed up with the game which it said in the media before we'd be sacked if we lost. We lost it 3-0, the worst performance of the season. We were already 1 down when Kane Owen got sent off with a quarter of the game gone. It was followed up by a quick second and we were lucky it was 3. We tried to boost morale again. We had a friendly in the week off. We couldn't even beat Penkate, our affiliate club. We followed it up with another disappointing result, a draw at home to Flint Town. Again, we were ahead at half time. We were playing well. But the lack of fitness in this side, we just run out of steam at the hour mark every single game. We did, though, then start to get crucial results. A 2-0 win away from home at Newtown. A brilliant performance. The whole back 4 were throwing their bodies on the line, proven by the fact that every single one of them got booked. Bio and Aguiman got the goals there. Bio was also involved in the goal for Bickerstaff and the next game as we drew 1-1 at home to Barrytown United. Kane McLagan, who's got history on this channel with the Bangor City save last year, came in, got an early goal, but Jake Bickerstaff with a lovely finish early in the second got us back into that one in a spirited performance. Into December, we've been brilliant. A 3-0 win at Prestatyn in the Cup. We'd already got all the goals before half-time. The red card in the second just made it comfortable. But 2 for Roberto, 1 for Bickerstaff, and the strikers in scoring form. We love that. Away to Cardiff Met Uni, even better. Goals late in each half. Young Joe Stanton came on for Charlie Edge, scored a rocket towards the end of the second period. And that's the big moment for the 16-year-old, who's starting to get close to first team level. So lots of promising signs, suggestions that our team is starting to become cohesive, starting to find a bit more of an attacking threat. And with Kane Lewis now a little bit more competent at centre-half, it doesn't matter whether we get a centre-back or a right-back in January. We're only 2 weeks away now. And if we can hang on and stay outside the relegation zone until the transfer market opens, I genuinely believe we'll be all right, as long as our director of football gets somebody in. But our final 2 games of the calendar year are a big game to start with. 9th v 10th are home to Aberystwyth. We've got the same goal difference, we're 1 point ahead. We have to get a result to stay out the relegation zone. We then face Penybont, who are having a great season in 3rd, But that's the position we're in at the moment. We've obviously had our vote of confidence. We've managed to get through that and really started to pick up the form now. To the extent where our club vision and manager performance is actually back up to a C because of our recent results. However, we've still got to bear in mind that they're disappointed that we're not in mid-table. We're on course to stay clear of relegation. But if we can win this game and get up to 21 points, we start to look a little bit closer to a mid-table side. And we could, if Newtown don't get a result, go 5 points clear of the relegation zone. Fingers crossed on that one. However, before we get into these two games, we've got one more bit of news which came in midweek. We had, on Sunday the 12th, our youth intake preview, and it looks a little different this year, as a few of you have mentioned. This was the early assessment, so an excellent intake, 5 stars in the top right. That is the main thing we've got to take into account here. Terrific group of players coming through, has the potential to be a real golden generation. Now, if we hold on to our job and we're still here in March or April, I'd imagine early years at this level, 3 or 4 players could go straight into the first team, certainly involved in the squad. They've only got to be half decent to make it. The negative side of that is that the big threat is attacking midfielders. However, it's not a position that is used in our tactic at the moment. So we had to adapt it in pre-season when Bickerstaff was signed. Are we going to have to do the same again when a number 10 comes through in the youth intake? Because everywhere else, it looks pretty poor. Wouldn't mind a decent striker who could play on the bench as well. But positive signs on and off the pitch. A recovery very much in process. The finances look solid. We look solid as a team. But this game is where it could all go wrong. I made the classic mistake of closing FM when on a winning run. And I might come back to regret it now. Cefn Druids v Aberystwyth, a must not lose match. Let's go and see the lineup we've picked for it. I've noticed this in virtually every game this season. I don't know if it's just my poor assistant manager or if it's something that happens a lot in FM now. We've got to trigger a press when Gregor Zabret gets the ball. It's suggested for their goalkeeper in virtually every game for the opposition instructions. Jose Ferreira not playing that well at right back, but he's playing better than Dan Summerfield or Phil Mooney were playing at centre half. The rest of the team is the same 11 we play normally, and I don't see a reason to change it at the moment because we're playing that well. Agyemang and Ferreira definitely weaker, but those two are still getting used to their positions. Ferreira the only one that hasn't yet built tactical familiarity. I'd love a good right back or centre half so we can sort the rest of the defence out. And that's all I really think we need in January. Even if we get a good centre mid in so I could play Bio right back, I'm not fussy. I just need that one player that solves the problem. The lineup we're going for today though is Jones between the sticks, Owen and Ferreira the fullbacks with Lever and Lewis at centre half. Agyemang and Edge the wingers. Edge now back to fitness, back in form and scoring and assisting goals. Vieira and Bio in the middle alongside those. One of the cornerstones actually of our turn in form. The smallest tactical tweak in the world. Bio has gone from a ball-winning midfielder on defend to a ball-winning midfielder on support. Not changed his yellow card count whatsoever, but has really helped drag us further up the pitch. Bickerstaff and Roberto, the front two, both now getting amongst the goals. They've got 13 between them. If we can double that before the end of the season, I think we're in a really good state. So let's go and get into the first of today's 2 games and hope we can get victory or at least a draw against Aberystwyth, who are directly below us. And here is the Aberystwyth team. A few familiar names from our Builder Nation last year. The likes of Owen Jones, Jamie Veal played key parts for Welsh sides there. Gregor Zabret was obviously a legend for us in goal at Bangor City, and Josh Hosey, a well-known name in the league. But a winnable game for us. They're not one of the sides that have got big superstars, so we're going to ask the lads to carry on their performances, and we're actually getting to the stage where 2 or 3 of the lads each team talk are reacting motivated, inspired. They're building confidence. They're reacting to what we're saying. And now we need them to do it on the pitch again. Don't go and get camera shy on us as Vieira loses a header in the middle. Jones picks it up on the left-hand side for the visitors. Back to Evans. Their kit doing a lovely job of blending into the pitch so we can't really see it. Evans chips it up downfield. Lewis misses the header, but Lever gets it away. Up towards Roberto. Long ball forward to Bollard. I think this game might be a bit more direct than a couple of the recent ones we've seen, as it's out to Hosey at right back. He's got space to run into. Wide to Phillips. Looking for the early cross. Edge is chasing him all the way. Still goes into the back stick. Owen Jones heads it down. And it's off the line via the crossbar. That would work again. Kane Owen gets it out for a throw-in. We survive. It's still 0-0. Well, not a great 20 minutes so far. We have had more of the chances according to the stats, but again, not good enough ones to see. Bio plays a risky ball across his own goal there, and the clearance is not great. It works to Phillips on the edge, to Jones in space. That's a really poor goal to concede from Cefn Druids. It's Ferreira who's dragged out a position on the right, and I'm afraid we've gone and got camera shy. First shot on target for Aberystwyth. We've had more of the game, but we've not made it count again. So I'm going to go positive here, try and get on the front foot. Going to encourage the lads, 10 minutes to the break. Let's just see if we can get an equaliser. Really put pressure on the visitors. As Phillips gets on the end of a goal, kicks, really poor defending. Lewis goes back to Jones. Big ball downfield. Roberto can't get there though. It's aimless passing. And I know we've got to go more direct. We haven't got the talent in the middle of midfield. But it's not looking great at the moment. But Roberto finds Bickerstaff. Back to Lever as we tried to break away. But it sucks all the momentum out the attack when you just go back 20 yards. Ferreira into Bio though. On a yellow card again. Ferreira up towards Bickerstaff. Caught on his toes. Not really made that run in behind. Not come towards the ball. Just turns into a statue. And the centre-half mugs him there. As Lewis heads the ball away to Franklin. Gets it back to Bollard. Coming forward again, Aberystwyth. A second before the break would be very problematic. And Phillips tries to deliver it from distance. Thankfully for us, wide of the post. But at half time, we're going to dominate the stats. And we clearly can't be creating that good of chances. Because 6 shots, 4 on target. And we've not seen a highlight. As Roberto nicks it here though. Edge of the box. That's a brilliant finish. Out of absolutely nothing. It's the complete reverse of what we would expect. The flick on from Bickerstaff, the poacher. And the target man Roberto brings it down. Puts the touch outside his feet. Outside his man. And then just lovely drilled effort into the bottom far corner. And at half time, we get our just reward. 1-1, we're back on terms. And now we look like we could get in the ascendancy of the game. It's a great time to score. We're going to tell the lads we want to see more. Get them motivated. Now give us a reaction in the second half. And keep that winning run going. It can make a massive difference to the morale within this club. As Correa flicks onto Bollard, it could go the other way here. Been lots of chances in this game. Been a good one to watch. But Bollard's in one-on-one. It's so poor. What on earth is going on back there? To slice a defence open with a straight ball. They're blaming the keeper for not moving. Did you see the defenders? Bunch of statues back there. It's 2-1 Aberystwyth. And if you can see goals like that, you're going down. I got so excited about the last couple of weeks, but look at how it's turned. As Edge wins it back on the left, we need to get level quick. Roberto down the left, the target man out wide, not where we want him. Into Edge, back to Roberto, into the back post to Bickerstaff. It's hit the post again. This woodwork nonsense is getting out of hand. How many times are we going to hit the woodwork this season in both saves? Absolute carnage. The fullbacks have got awful ratings here. One's on a defensive duty, one's on a support. It's not making any difference. I'm going to put Ricky Watts on at right back. And in fact, I'm going to put Bio there and then put Watts into the ball winning role so we don't risk getting sent off. And in fact, if I'm doing that, I might as well play Lockett, who's better. Summerfield will come on at left back for Owen. Joe Stanton I'm tempted with because Edge isn't great. I tell you what, Edge into centre midfield. He can be... Is he not good in midfield? I thought he was. He's better as a number 10. We could play a diamond. It's very risky. But we might as well go for it, mightn't we? Let's get the left wing, Joe Stanton, on. And then let's go Edge as a number 10. Lockett as a ball winner back there. And let's really try and get forward and get 3 up in the box every single time we attack. So here's going to be advanced playmaker on attack. Let's go for it. All guns blazing. We're 2-1 down. And we've got 20 minutes to get back in this game. We've been the better side on the stats again. We've got nothing to show for it. As Stanton plays up to Roberto, the target man. Holds it up, but he's been forced wide again. Gives it back to Stanton, who finds Edge. What can he do in a new position today? Wide to Stanton again. There's 2 in the box if he can cross it. That's a red card, referee. Phillips brought down his man. He's on a yellow card already. And Phillips is sent off. With 15 minutes to go, we've got a chance now. Edge puts the ball into the box from a free kick. And that's a penalty too. This is turning our favour. We've got to score the penalty. Who's taking it? I think it's Lockett. I think he's the best penalty taker at the club. Please don't miss. Sends the keeper the wrong way. We're back on terms with 15 minutes to go. We've got the man advantage. 10 minutes plus stoppage time to go. It's 2-2 and the unbeaten run may continue yet. Into 4 minutes of stoppage time. It's quietened down until now as Edge puts a free kick in. Oh, the flag's gone up. I thought it was offside, but then it didn't go up immediately and I started to celebrate. Zabret caught in no man's land, but he gets away with it. It's going to be 2-2, but a good fight back. The unbeaten run continues to 6 games. And crucially, we keep Aberystwyth behind us in the league. We've now got 9 days off till we face Penybont on Boxing Day. And we get a chance to get a rest into these lads. We're back on Boxing Day, and good news and bad news. Firstly, a couple of players have signed new contracts. If I just take you through to the contract screen so you can see. Let me not change Bio's role. You can see there's a fair few signed up to next year now that weren't before. So Pavel Vieira's signed a new one. Jacob Lever is signing again, although he's not on a wage. And Jose Ferreira's signed another year too. So positives. Yolani Bio has been offered one on a £25 a week pay cut too. However, ones that haven't been offered a new deal, and even worse, offers have been accepted for, include Brandon Lockett, who is currently our first choice backup in central midfield. So that would take an option off the bench that isn't very good, but is very good for us. So he's going to need to be busy in January, and with a little bit of transfer budget, and more importantly some wage budget, I'd like to hope that our Director of Football, Ben Williams, will be. I'd just like to add as well, he's had 2 or 3 players on trial in the last 3 months and then done absolutely nothing with it. So really surprised by that. Let's get into the tactical meeting though ahead of a tough game away at Penybont. Their star player is definitely Jack Evans, who we had at Hibs in the head coach last year. Our Director of Football signed him there. So Jose Ferreira is struggling at right back. I'm tempted, just for this game, to make one change and bring in Ricky Watts. He's slightly worse. But it does mean, and in fact, you know what? I'm going to do something different. Brandon Lockett will come in, Bio goes to right back, and then with the big fixture congestion coming up, Lockett is going to be fresh legs. He's going to be gone anyway. We might as well risk him and play him. No other changes to the squad. That is the only one for today's match. Now, can we get a result away at Penybont? A very tough game away to a top 3 side and keep ourselves out the relegation zone. Let's go and find out. As we get through the lineups, they've got a really solid midfield. Jeffries and Reynolds at the back are good players. Ashley Morris, an experienced keeper at this level. And James Waite is a decent number 10 as well. So I fancy their chances of being pretty good here. I should point out as well that in the game off camera, Newtown managed to draw away at Flint Town. So the 3 places near us haven't changed at all. We're still 2 points ahead of Newtown and Aberystwyth are 1 point away in between us. As Owen clears the ball downfield early doors, we're definitely not going to be able to go positive in this game. My question is, are we going to be able to cling on? As Davis in the middle goes back to Reynolds and Lewis, Penybont already playing a much more fluent style, trying to keep the ball, trying to pass it around. Again, the back 3 is just about the most popular, fashionable thing in the semi-professional leagues this season, and I've barely seen it in any of the real-life games, so I don't know why it's so popular. As Waite goes for a shot from the edge of the box, the sliding tackle did enough to put him off. And it remains goalless, but a great start for the hosts. As Bio's got a throw from right back to Agyemang. 1-2, ball into the back post to Edge. Down for Bickerstaff. Felt like he had to score from there. The flex off the defender, out for a corner kick. And Charlie Edge, we trust him with his delivery. Can he deliver here into the front post? Headed away by the first man, not good enough. Lockett recycles it though to Agyemang. Back to Lockett again to Bio. Out to Agyemang. Inside to Lockett. This is some nice football. Agyemang brought down there, but nothing given. And Warlow can bring it away. An exciting 10 minutes, but still goalless. And that's all that really matters. Penybont are well on top in the stats. 7 shots, 4 on target. We've had 2 and 1 to put that into perspective. As Watts goes down the right for them. Lever wins it back in the air to Lewis. Lever again. I'm just hoping. One more game and then maybe our Director of Football will give us a bit of help. What I'm hoping for is the transfer window opens on the 1st of January. Get the month right eventually, and then we'll get a news to say offer made for, and it'll be a good defender of some sort. As Jeffries gets the ball at centre half, they look far more comfortable on the ball. They're a much better side than us, but we've got to do something to press them, and we've got to stop them scoring, like we did to so many teams very early in the season. Agyemang working back on the right-hand side. Warlow gets to the byline. Too easy to cross. Griffiths is there. And thankfully, a big target man who's great with his aerial threat has headed wide and given us a very big sigh of relief. As Bio's got a throw on the right to Bickerstaff. Can we make them pay for it and get a lead now? Vieira had a quiet few weeks to Lockett. He's played alright today so far. Back to Lewis and Roberto. Lock it again to Vieira. Can we unlock the defence? Not like that. What sort of pass was that? Lewis gives it back to Aguiman though. We've nicked it back quickly and Bayo passes it away again. We have next to no technical ability in this side. And this is why we play long. Though that's nice. Roberto out to Aguiman. Both strikers in the middle. Charlie Edge at the back post. Ball finds Bickerstaff. He beats the keeper to it in the air. He beats the defenders to it. And Bickerstaff heads us into the lead. He's been in brilliant form recently. He's improving. He's training well. He's coming to the party. And against the run of play, in a game we've been pasted, we finally start doing the FM into someone else. 1-0 Cefn Druids at Penybont. And if we can hold on and stay fit in the second half, this could be a massive result for our season. The half-time whistle goes. It's a fabulous half of football. Now please, just let us nick one result we don't deserve. That's all I'm asking for. We've got 4 or 5 of the lads motivated. We're starting to get reactions, but it's a Penybont set piece straight away. Well headed clear by Kane Lewis, becoming a great centre-half for us now. To Davis on the edge. A game we've finally got the lead against the run of play. And a game where we finally restricted them to half chances. And then Davis, their centre midfielder, pops one in the top corner from 30 yards. Where's your luck when you need it? Wait puts a corner in. We're going to collapse now, aren't we? Keeper in no man's land, but it's headed over. What are the odds of that? The positive is Bayo's playing well at fullback, so that might be our long-term solution. The problem is Lockett's not playing well in midfield, so I'm going to have to change it now. But I'm going to leave Bayo right back and bring on Ricky Watts. Flint will replace Vieira, who's had a poor game. And then up front, I'm going to replace Roberto, who's been poor, with George Harry. 3 changes made, 20 to go. A draw still a good result here. Fingers crossed. Well, we are giving away free kicks, corners and set pieces galore. Waite's in a great position here. Don't you dare. Not 2 in the top corner. Oh my words. There's not a huge amount you can say in this game. They've had more chances. They've been the better side, but we've restricted them to next to nothing. And they've put 2 absolute screamers in the top corner. What can you do? It's 2-1 to Penybont going into stoppage time, and based on the play, it's undeserved because they've not had great chances. Rhys Griffiths has now just put one right in the top corner on the volley. And the 3 goals we've conceded, on any other day, Penybont don't take those chances. It's so harsh on Cefn Druids, but with results going the other way, we are getting very close to that relegation zone again, and probably very close to the sack. I'm going to point the finger. In fact, I'm going to throw the water bottle and say we weren't good enough. Some have reacted well, some badly. But if we don't get transfer deals very early in the January window, I think we might get sacked. Newtown and Aberystwyth have drawn. Probably the best outcome for us in truth. Now, Owen wants to discuss club matters. Feels we were too harsh in the team talk. I'm going to have to keep him on side. And I know it's sort of copping out a bit, but I can't lose the dressing room here. I've lost the board a little bit already. But after 5 games without defeat, in the worst possible circumstances, it's come back to bite us. We've scored 18 times in 20 matches. We know where the problems are. Please, Director of Football, you've got to save us. So we will be back for one of 2 things. The end of the January transfer window and either one of the games just after the league split. Or we will be back when we get sacked, which on current form and with the 2 games we've got left coming up, could be pretty quickly. If you're looking forward to finding out what happens and you did enjoy this episode, please do put a thumbs up on it. Subscribe down below for daily FM22 content from 2 long-term stories. Our Hemel Hempstead One Club story will be back at 11:30 tomorrow. You can catch up with that playlist in the eye above. We'll be back here tomorrow at 3:30 with this one, hopefully still with a job. And you can catch up with our beta live stream series with Derby on Twitch. Again, the link's up there and we'll be live at 6 o'clock every evening this week. A massive thank you for watching as always. I appreciate your support greatly. And I'll see you next time as we try to keep our job at Cefn Druids. It's now almost turning into Operation Avoid Relegation. I'll see you tomorrow to find out if we can.